Breaking news this morning. A home is destroyed in a 2-alarm fire in South Fargo, and the Metro's arson K-9 team has been brought in to sniff for accelerants. At least one caller from across the river in Moorhead thought it was actually a grass fire around midnight, but when firefighters arrived, they found a house on fire in the 3600 block of South River Drive on the Fargo side.
At 12:11 a.m. this morning, we got called to a fully involved house fire on River Drive. Crews arrived on scene. The roof of the structure had actually already fallen in. There was nobody around. We immediately went into a defensive attack, started shooting water just from the outside.
19 units were dispatched to the neighborhood. The fire was an abandoned home by the river. That's near Eagles Elementary School, and it's across the river from the Blue Stand Center for the Arts in Moorhead. Fire officials say it took nearly 2 hours to put that fire out, and they are still monitoring for those hot spots. No one was hurt. No word yet on how it started.
This was the third run for Fargo fire within about 45 minutes. Fire officials say they responded to 5 separate dumpster fires overnight. And because of how many fires there were and how close they are together, the fire department says they are considering those fires suspicious.
Also following some breaking news overnight on a report of a stabbing in South Moorhead. Police got the call around 10 about an incident in the 900 block of Bellesley Boulevard.
We're waiting to hear details from police and if anyone's been arrested. Our crew on scene saw one man who appeared to be the victim limping as he spoke with officers. He did not appear to be seriously injured. Breaking news just coming into our newsroom. Firefighters from both sides of the river are battling a fire at a business on the north side of Wahpeton. Richland County Sheriff's dispatchers tell Valley News Live that hay bales are on fire at the Masonite Prime Board Company.
That call came in just after 2 this morning, and fire crews from both Wahpeton and Breckenridge are still on scene this morning. No word yet on the cause or any injuries.
The Minnesota Supreme Court will hear oral arguments today in the case of Mohammed Noor, a former Minneapolis police officer who was convicted of third-degree murder in the shooting death of an Australian woman who had called 911 to report a possible sexual assault behind her home. Noor's attorneys argue that a divided Minnesota Court of Appeals failed to follow legal precedents defining third-degree murder when it affirmed Noor's conviction.
A key issue is whether third-degree murder in Minnesota must involve actions that endanger multiple people or if it's sufficient that only one person was put at risk. The High Court's decision has repercussions for another high-profile police killing case. We're talking about the death of George Floyd. Besides second-degree murder, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is also convicted of third-degree murder.
10 minutes before 7 in the morning, and it's already almost 80 degrees. Let's check in with Summer. I know that's what people sound like. That's just that heavy sigh.
It's warm and it's humid. We're waking up in Fargo to a mostly cloudy sky. Here's a live look at our Luther Family Ford sky cam. Not a lot of sunshine to start our day, but at least we're not dealing with rain here in Fargo. But the Northern Valley still seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Grand Forks, a little thunderstorm just moving in on the east side of the Red River Valley, but the thunder and lightning continuing to move up into Canada. Meanwhile, we're relatively quiet across the Southern Valley, just seeing those mostly cloudy skies. Current conditions in Fargo, 77 degrees, but feeling like 79 already. Look at that humidity value, 71%. And in Grand Forks at this hour, 69 degrees, nice calm wind, and the humidity at 87%. The humidity is higher across the northern Red River Valley, where we're seeing some of that rain falling. 75 in Fergus Falls at this hour, 69 in Bemidji and Brainerd, 65 in Baudette, 70 in Jamestown, 73 in Oaks, 66 in Devil's Lake, and already at 81 degrees to start your day down in Sisseton. But yeah, look at these relative humidity values. Feeling warm and sticky. 83% is the humidity in Detroit Lakes and in Wadena, 73% in Oaks, 78% in Valley City. As you're getting ready to step out the door this morning, be prepared and for another hot day already. You know, starting off in those 70s, we're going towards the low 90s by that lunchtime hour, and then mid and upper 90s before a chance for some more scattered storms later on tonight. A look at your afternoon forecast for around the 4 o'clock hour shows lots of 80s and 90s, so be prepared to beat the heat yet again. We could see those heat index values in the triple digits both today and tomorrow. Now in your hour-by-hour forecast, those storms continue to lift off to the north, bringing us a partly cloudy, a bit of a breezy day as well, helping to pump in some more moisture. And then a cold front It's going to be moving through later on tonight after the dinner time hour, and this is where we could see an isolated strong to severe storm across northern Minnesota before we clear things up overnight. The Storm Prediction Center has us highlighted across northern Minnesota and the northern Red River Valley in a level 1 risk out of 5 for hail around a quarter size and wind gusts between 40 and 60. Stronger severe storms expected Thursday afternoon and evening way out west. And we can see some of those thunderstorms track to the east into our neck of the woods by Friday morning. And then behind that cold front, guys, we're going to cool things down back into the 80s. High pressure for the weekend brings abundant sunshine, and then temperatures warming back up to near 90.
Okay, looks like a hot July forecast here in June.
Right.
Thank you, Summer.
Yeah.
New this morning, people are piling on in support of a Moorhead priest who is resigning to get help for alcoholism. Father Larry Delaney is now posting on Facebook saying that he is leaving St. Joseph's to seek inpatient treatment after he says he relapsed over the weekend.
Father Delaney apologized to parishioners and asked for their forgiveness. He says he plans to re-enter parish ministry after treatment. The Fargo School Board has voted to censure one of their own for refusing to wear a face mask while in a district facility, as required by the district's policy to combat COVID. In a memo filed by the school board president, Rebecca Knutson, Benson failed to wear a mask during the April 27th meeting and on multiple other occasions.
Benson was given the opportunity to submit medical paperwork for a mask exemption, but that was declined. On Monday, Benson argued the policy was against federal law, but the school board president said the issue is about more than simply not wearing that mask.
When a person runs for the Board of Education and then ends up being elected and serves, we are to follow our policies. And so that's something that we know and that they're outlined for us. And so that's really why we're here today, because this is an example of that.
The censure means the board did not approve of Benson's actions. She remains a full participant, however, of the board. A 15-year-old girl is being treated for injuries suffered when she was hit by a car while riding her bike in South Moorhead. It
happened around 8:30 last night at 1002 10th Street South. The details of what happened aren't being released, but the car's windshield was smashed and an ambulance had taken off with its lights and sirens on. No word yet on the extent of their injuries. A motorcyclist is hurt after being hit by a car in South Fargo. This one happened at 45th Street and 13th Avenue South around 8 o'clock last night. Debris was blocking the entire city intersection. That call came in as a vehicle that had T-boned a motorcycle. Early reports indicated the motorcyclist was not seriously hurt, but they were taken by an ambulance to the hospital.
The Cass County State's Attorney is going to add more serious charges against a man suspected of stabbing a Fargo teenager last week.
The family of 14-year-old Daisy Paulson, known as Jupiter, say that she died yesterday in a Fargo hospital. Her father says his daughter was removed from the machines that were keeping her alive around noon. She will live on, though, through organ donation. And her dad says they're planning a walk of honor in hopes that her legacy will continue in others.
Jupiter's family will be raising the Donate Life flag at 10 this morning at Sanford Health. The flag raising is a tradition for the families of organ donors to honor their loved ones. Now, a little background on this case. Police were initially called to the parking lot behind Party City along 13th Avenue South in Fargo last Friday morning around 7. That after a city garbage truck driver reported seeing a man with one hand on the girl's nose and another on her throat. Video surveillance shows the attack lasted about 25 minutes before the man took off running.
And now police later arrested the suspect, Arthur Coley, who told them that he suffers from mental health issues and that he had used meth the afternoon before and he had not slept since using it. It is back after COVID. And it's socially delicious. We are talking about Happy Harry's Rib Fest at the Fargo Dome.
And that's where we find the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod. He joins us with a live preview, and I'm guessing you've done some taste testing by now.
Well, good morning, Jordan and Lisa, and that's right, I have done some taste testing, which you can never have too many ribs this early in the morning. And the best part is I'm here with Dan Johnson to talk even more about what to expect. Thank you again for being here with me this morning. I see you brought a gift with us for this hour.
Absolutely. I brought you some ribs with a little brisket, let you taste a different style of cooking. I think you'll enjoy it. You know, we, again, kiss it with smoke, hug it with sauce, and light it with fire. It's always good.
Perfect. So when it comes to you guys putting the ribs together and cooking, I guess what kind of preview or what kind of preparation does it take for you to cook and get ready for this event?
Well, we cook low, we cook slow. We normally cook ribs for about 5 to 5.5 hours, briskets and pork butts for 14 hours. We put them on yesterday for today. So it takes a long time to cook your briskets, a long time to cook your pork butts, not quite as much time to cook the ribs.
So like we were mentioning before, you know, they weren't able to have the event last year, but they're having it this year. I guess how excited are you to be able to serve your food to the area?
Excited, very, very excited. It's always a pleasure to come back here. It's always a great show. People come out to support it. It is always exciting. If you're going to start a season, this is the best way to do it with Fargo.
Perfect. I definitely love that. And you were telling us a bit about your really awesome sauce that you have coming that has like a little bit of a kick. I guess tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I got a mild sauce. I've won best sauce in America with 9 times. And I got a thermonuclear sauce will improve your cardiovascular system, your sinus, your pancreas, and your colon less than 32 seconds. Got to sign a release of liability, be 21 years of age, and less than 7 months pregnant to even try it.
Woo.
So if you got the nerve and you're daring enough, try it. You pay twice.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning. And you know what, Jordan and Lisa, I'm going to bring that exact sauce to you guys, and you have to let me know how you take it.
I don't need any colon cleanse this morning, Brian. We do not need that. But you know what, Brian? Can you open up that box? Let's see what's inside that. I wanted to get a look at those ribs that we have this morning. Can we see what that food is looking like there?
Yeah, we can show you. We definitely want to show you a little preview of how they look.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get her open
see
there
it,
and
Lisa?
see.
Look good, don't they?
Oh, delicious.
That right there. That's worth
Breakfast
it.
of champions.
It really is, and you can head on out there all day. Starts today. Brian Sherrod reporting live there. Tough job this morning. Thank you. And it is $5 to get in. Gate admission does also get you into the concerts later on.
Warrant tonight.
Full lineup on our VNL News app. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question today is: 1/3 of families say they have this in common.
The answer: they have never had a family reunion. Odd, it is family reunion season right now.
It really is. Maybe go to Ribfest today. Have your family reunion there. The Today Show on CBS This Morning just about to start. Valley Today, it rolls on. Follow us for more news and weather on the Fargo CW. Have a great Wednesday.